get on to day 7, solving for angles in a right triangle. So, some basic fill in the blanks. Sine, remember, so, is opposite over hypotenuse. Ka is adjacent over hypotenuse. And opposite over adjacent is tangent. I can't write. Tangent. Toe. Okay? And remember, you have 3 main words that we're always going to deal with. Adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. And this one's special because it is always in the same place. The hypotenuse is always opposite of the right angle. These two, depending on which angle you're looking from, can be adjacent or opposite, depending on where you're standing. Okay? Think about Grover, here and there. Okay, find the angles. So we talked about this in class. When you don't know what the angle is, you're going to use the second button and the sine, cosine, or tangent. You're getting the inverse sine, inverse tangent, and so forth. So, for example, sine of x is 0.883. So you take your calculator and you do second sine, and you get, oops, didn't work. Okay, come on, there we go. Second sine, there's my inverse. And I just put in 0.883. 62 degrees. It says round the whole number. So 62 degrees. Okay? And I'm not going to do all these on the calculator to save time showing it, but cosine, so I don't know the angle, so I'm going to do inverse sine, inverse cosine. So inverse cosine, and put in 0.515. And that's 59 degrees. And tangent, I'm going to do inverse tangent, so second tangent, and just put in 0.509. And that's 26.97, which will round to 27 degrees. Okay? Any more questions on how to use your calculator, ask in class, but you just need to practice these over and over. It's muscle memory. Okay, example 1. Find the value of x to the nearest degree. So remember, let's identify here and there. There's my angle. I have nothing over here, but that would be my opposite. For this problem, this is opposite, and this is adjacent. It's a good idea in these first few problems to practice this. And this is always my hypotenuse. So what values do I have? I have 23 and 11. I have the adjacent and the hypotenuse. That's Which one is Cosine. So I write down cosine of x equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And then I just take my calculator, and I'm going to do this one, okay? And I do second cosine, and I just type in the fraction. 11 divided by 23. And I get 61.4, really close. Let's go with 61 degrees. All right? Remember, again, hit pause if you need to, or rewind at any point during the video. So again, here's my variable, unknown, angle. Over here is my opposite. Down here, what I don't have is my adjacent, and what never changes is the hypotenuse. So I have opposite the hypotenuse, that's O, which is SOHCAHTOA, sine. So I do sine of x, unknown, equals O, opposite over hypotenuse. Again, I don't know the angle, so I'm going to do inverse sine, and just type in 25 divided by 30 on my calculator. And it's 56.44 degrees, so I'm going to just round it down to 56 degrees. Okay, 56.5 degree would be closer to accurate, but we're only rounding the whole numbers right here. Okay, example 3. Where's my angle? Oh, it's up here this time. Well, let's draw out. I have my opposite have my, right next to it is touching A, I have my adjacent. What I do not have is my hypotenuse. I have no value there. So I'm going to use my opposite and adjacent, OA. What is that? TOA, which is tangent. So again, tangent of x equals OA, opposite over adjacent. And again, if you have your own graphing calculator or you're using a virtual one online, just a reminder, I just double check this, make sure you check that it's on degree. I checked that the one in my hand is on degree just to be safe. So I'm going to do inverse tangent, second tangent, and just type in 8 divided by 12. And it gives me 33.69. So let's round that to 37 degrees. Example 4, where's my angle? Okay, there's my angle. I don't have my opposite, nothing there, but it's good to label. Here's my adjacent, it's touching C. And what does not change? My hypotenuse. So I have O, which is so, which is sine of x, equals opposite, I'm sorry, I don't have O, losing my mind. I have adjacent and hypotenuse, which is that's cosine. So I'm going to do cosine of x equals adjacent 3 root 2 over 7 root 2. Now for this one, you want to make your life easier. Instead of typing in all of this into your calculator, which depending on how you enter it, you might get the wrong answer. In fact, the first time I entered in my calculator, I got the wrong answer because I didn't have enough parentheses to cover all this. So make your life easy. What happens with the square root of 2 over the square root of 2? Anything divided by itself is 1. So this is really the cosine of x equals 3 over 7. So I'm going to do the inverse cosine, 3 divided by 7, and I get 64.6. So let's call that 65 degrees. Okay, here's my angle. I have my opposite. Touching A, I have my adjacent. What I do not have is my hypotenuse. So I have O and A, OA, which is TOA, or tangent. So I'm going to do tangent of x equals opposite 4 root 3 over 10 root 3. What happens to the root 3's? They cancel. So I do second tangent of 4 divided by 10, which is 21.8. We'll call it 22 degrees. Now just some random samples here. Here's my angle. That's my opposite. That's my hypotenuse. So that's OH, which is so. So sine of x equals opposite 5 over hypotenuse 12. I do the inverse sine and type in 5 divided by 12. I get 24.6. We'll call this 25 degrees. Number 7, my angle. I have my touching or adjacent side, and I have my ever-present hypotenuse. So I have A and H. That's cosine. So cosine of x equals adjacent 3 over hypotenuse 20. I do inverse cosine on my calculator and type in 3 divided by 20, 81.37. So we'll call that 81 degrees. Number 8, my angle. This is my opposite side. Never changes. My hypotenuse. That's O, which is so. That's sine of x equals opposite 9 over hypotenuse 10. So I do second sine. I just type in 9 divided by 10. 64.15, so 64 degrees. Number 9, here's my angle. That's my opposite side. I don't have my hypotenuse, but I do have my adjacent. OA. That's TOA. So that's tangent of x equals opposite 18 over adjacent 21. I type in my calculator, second tangent, and then in the parentheses do 18 divided by 21. That gives me 40.6, so 41 degrees rounded. And that's it. Again, just practice with your calculator. This is muscle memory.